You went to IU. Yep. Right now you got a lot of people. Let's say forget about school. You're out of school. I just you think really why? You're gonna have a real business. If you don't understand accounting, you already 8 April. Then you're gonna hire a student. This is happening to you, right? I mean, there's people that don't understand the concept of the difference between profits and cash. You know, your accountant may tell you you're profitable, but your cash is going down. Not understanding breakdown, and when you don't, you think you need a college to learn that? I think you do, right? Because may not for some people, look, if you look to some motivation and you can take an online course in accounting and teach yourself. If you think what's more important, you already know saying you have to go to Indiana. I don't care what you call it, community college and take accounting, you spend $399 for a class, but just spending the money forces you to be more obligated to do it. But accounting, finance, leisure, aesthetic marketing, sales school offers that through all of the language of business. And so what was possible to teach yourself these things and what is possible to hire them? Because that is your own company, you don't want to have to spend money on hiring an accountant. So your cost of opening a business drops. Even more important in order not the blocking and tackling, that's like a business. The thing I learned in India that was more important than anything else. I learned how to learn. And learning became more important to me. It's because the uncertainty in business is always going to be changing. If not always learning to this minute, if not mostly learning, if I'm just absorbing as much as I can absorb. So now it's going to give me ask. Right? So talk about paranoia. The greatest source of your paranoia should be knowledge. Often else, no more than you do. If more learning, if you don't know you have the learn, if you don't have a trust learning and counting information, you are as well. The people like to say, you're only stupid questions, the one you don't have to them. That is right, right? The big question you ask them, tell me more about you, anything else you do. Because in particular, tell me about your preparation. If you ask me a question about just basic things you should have known and you should have down the science, that should disqualify you almost more than anything. Do you think there's need to be have a theory level of paranoia? Absolutely, it needs to be. Oh yeah, I mean, I always say, for what of my business I said, what do I do to keep me honest? Right, so whatever business you have, there's so many things you put into business, then you take a bite of your business, and it's better to you figure out how to go through it rather than to do it. So yes, that being paranoid. And so you have to be paranoid. You have to be anticipate others. Next move, you can't ever doubt by the competition. I was asked a personal plan competition this morning at college and they were kind of being dismissed for competition, and so you can't ever do that. They are just trying to make you down and still not just gonna still just good, really really good. You just made them to work even harder, faster, better. So you have to be very self-aware of what you're good at and what other people are good at. A healthy dose of paranoia makes a bit. It's very helpful. If you're not always learning through these minutes, I'm not constantly learning, I'm just absorbing as much as I can absorb. Someone else is going to kick my ass. The greatest source of your paranoia should be knowledge. If someone else knows more than you do, and if you're not learning, if you don't know the wrong how to start learning, and if acquiring information, you are as well. Listening as a voice jump out of scene, right? Listening as that when you go for have muscle memory and discipline. Dirk Nowitzki may not be the most talented guy in the NBA, but his discipline, his focus really was necessary to be successful. He's willing to do and combine it. Being 7 feet tall and being skilled, it makes him an amazing basketball player. So it's understanding that your skills it is, finding the right way to do those skills and then going for it. Will make you to it depending on how you pick the right country, but what industry you pick. If you out for everybody, if you try to be a little smarter than everybody, if you try to be a better sales person than everybody, if I'm saying better prepared than everybody, you go for a bad chance because if you don't do it and someone else does, I have a saying, work like actually work like someone else spending 24 hours working, 24 hours take away from you, and that's kind of the way I look at it. We set the number of reasons why people fail, not something what they make. It becomes the opposite. Lack brands, lack of effort. Lack of brands, lack of effort. Yeah, they just don't work. They don't learn. You know, when you walk in this room and it's a person and you start talking about somebody never quit from with no competition, it means somebody else knows your business. What you do when you get started. And you know, working into the competitive environment is still more about your business than you do and more about your customer. You're going to lose. Because that they don't do the work, they don't learn more about the industry, they more about the business. I mean, so they don't put in effort to more about the industry than anybody else. And that's the brand part, the effort part as well. Because look, if you're competing with me, you better know what you're doing. Otherwise, I'm gonna kick your ass. You know, if you're not going out towards me, and so you know the combination is usually the key business a little more than anything. But my dad was always like, if you want something, you have to earn it. And to his credit, he never said no. You can't do that. So whether it's so selling, garbage, baseball, stamps, whatever it was, he never had me back. And so I think that was important as anything. So you know, so not being young and trying to think you are so native and you don't know any better, all you do is learn and if you fail, it doesn't matter. So when I was 9, 10, 12, 16, 21, the fellows were irrelevant, you know, whether you know 9, 12, 16, 21 to 24, I'm sleeping on a couch. You know, I have a couch with a hole on the in the floorboard. You know, I'm living like permanent student. That's what they have to lose. So I think that influenced me as much as anything. So you know, my dads were like, go for it. You know, what have you got to lose? Yeah, so the thing like let's just say if you put 10 guys here, you interview them, okay. You within the 5 10 minutes you will say this. You're not gonna make unless an achievement. I mean I can actively tell, right? I can tell by the passion, by the by the person, I can tell by their focus, I can tell by their preparation. You know, there's a lot of real life friend things and business things, you know. But here's the business that you are in, and here are 1,000 things that influence whether or not you're going to be successful. You know, through my experience in business, I can put myself in his position and say, okay, here are 90% of 1,000 things to be aware of and then go through that. But how many of those are issues they have been able to address already? It kind of gives me a sense of how hard they're willing to work, you know? I can tell by the questions they ask me, so all I have to do is say, okay, what do you want to know? But I'm curious, if you and I were in high school, we were 14 years old, 15 years old, and we know each other, will bet you on being who you are today? No chance. Really? Tell me why. I mean, I had my good friends, and you know, we hung out, and I was hustler. There's no question I was hustler even in high school. Oh yeah, I was in a big way. But at dawn, I don't think people saw it in me. People were like, oh, this is to succeed. So in high school, you were a funny guy where you always the guy that make people laugh. No, no, no. I was always competitive. I wasn't too sport. No, I wasn't really good at it. I was decent. I wasn't a technology guy. I mean, I was still learning. I was a business guy. I was reading business a long time, reading business book all the time. You know, into junior achievement and junior achievement Greek. Why would you reading business book? Because I wanted that's what I need. I mean, that's the time way. You know, I first started my first make when I was 12. I was buying and selling baseball cards, protection stamps, and I think I could also make money. I was hustling, trying to do so. It was into business, but I not so much worth it. Also, my friends it were doing with me, so they wouldn't know. To think there's a proven formula that if a brand cookie guy, he got a lot of evidence to now this script, but not a lot of knowledge on how to. Do you think his follow finally he's going to make an achievement? No, no, no. So don't believe they're going to make it. No, because who knows who you are going to be competing with. If you took with two portfolio in the same company, putting the same industry, right? But point is, you know, maybe they both can win and both can successful, but you know, so I don't think they're a default template for success, but I think there's things that you can to do pre-sale in the pet position to succeed. Alright, I don't have any proof after I try this guy, but it's a really good experience for me that I can improve my speed of speaking. Like how can I improve this and or that? How can I improve myself? How can I improve my pronunciation speaking? Like I can speak fast as like this. it is a really good chances. It is a really good chance for me to improve my speaking skill. And but I still cannot improve it when I speak to the teacher, I speak to my friends, and I'm just afraid that they're gonna laugh at me. I know what's that, but I want to try my best in order to improve my speaking skill. I'm not gonna let everybody else look down on me. I have to show them that how hard I have to work to improve my speaking skill and in order to anything skills, to any skills is English. And so I'm gonna move to the next, that is French. Okay, so that is all for today.